So dating, why is it such a pitfall? Why is dating such a pain in the rear end? So dating being a pitfall, being a trap for young men and young women. Definitely if you're a godly man or woman. It just seems to be so devastatingly dangerous. My experience with my ex-wife, that whole dating situation, my siblings have had quite a bit of a pain with their exes as well. And it seems to be more than just people are crazy. Let me tell you, that is accurate. Some of them are crazy. And it can be very, 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 very bad. And very dangerous. Definitely for young men nowadays. Now, the metoo movement has done some good, exposed some things that need to be exposed, but at the same time has drastically made men a lot more vulnerable. If they classify it as any sort of sexual assault, then they will definitely drag you down very easily. And no, the concept of equality stops at the court doors. Because men get accused a lot more, with a lot less evidence needed in order to accuse you of any sort of sexual misdeeds. Now, if you have done those sexual misdeeds, sneepy. That's all my opinion is on that.
You don't need those parts anymore.
We'll cut it off. I think that might be the best option in some of the cases. But it's dangerous for men, because if they do something, if you do something and the woman's okay with it, and then suddenly she decides after the fact that she was not okay with it, you're screwed. Heaven forbid she gets one drink. You're screwed. Really are. It's a pitfall. At the same point, men can be very manipulative. Women can be very manipulative. The best, tell you truthfully, the best, safest move for you to do is keep your pants. Keep your pants on until marriage. Don't do anything sexual until marriage. Until you're married. Now, again, that's still dangerous because you can still, if you marry the wrong person, you're a crazy person. Not that I have too much experience with marrying crazy people with my ex-wife. But, yeah, if you marry wrong, you can still get accused of that. But you... What? And guys can still go to jail for that. There are references of guys still going to jail for that, even though they were married. So, pitfalls with that. Don't do the secular thing. But why? Why is it so dangerous? Why is it such a big deal? Why is it so much more dangerous now than what it was 10, 20 years ago? My wife was saying, well, sex is so much more readily accepted in culture nowadays. Anything sexual is easy to talk about. You can talk openly about anything. And if someone were to question you about it, oh, they're just a bigot. With the exception of one thing. Keeping yourself for marriage. That is the one sexual thing that is taboo nowadays. So, that could be an extreme issue. Where the one result you guys have is to keep yourself for marriage. Do not have sex out of marriage. It is much more valuable to wait until after marriage. It is. Just wait. It'll save you from a lot of trouble. It'll save you from a lot of headache. But even then, you can still fall into those pitfalls because of issues. And now, why is that? Where is that coming from? Where is that, the root of that coming from? It goes back to, and it's very simple, the differences between men and women. And now that's taboo to talk about.
Oh, I can talk about all the sexual preferences I want. I can talk about homosexuality. I can even nowadays talk about bestiality. I can talk about doggy play. I can do anything I want
to talk about. But that? Differences between men and women? What? That's not a thing, right? No, it definitely is. Men are meant to be masculine, and I think we've lost that. We've lost the grasp of what that is. What it means to be a man and to be masculine. And at the same point, women have lost, for the most part, how to be a woman, how to be feminine. Definitely nowadays, feminists have greatly crapped on, I guess would be the best term, shamed it into non-existence, showed an extreme amount of prejudice against it. What the greatest opportunity for a woman to do, and that is to have kids and to raise them.
Oh, that's sexist.
No, that is called the greatest opportunity you have. It really is. Because no matter what happens, that child that you're growing up, that child that you are pouring your heart and being into, is the next generation. Those children who are being grown up, who are being raised, have the opportunity to change the world. That is 10,000 times more valuable than anything you will do in the workforce. And guys know it. We as guys want to provide for our family, not because we have to, not because of sexism, but because by doing that, we enable you to be able to do more than we could possibly do by ourselves. So the feminism that has been lost is devastating. Because women don't know how to be women, but yet they still require men to be more feminine. But at the same point, they are attracted to men being men. Men being masculine. So I think the saddest example of this is the example of the Boy Scouts. What has happened with them. How this organization that was originally built on the principles of scouting, being a man, and teaching young men how to be men, has now gone through bankruptcy and is on its last leg, dying after being woman-washed, I guess. Forced into accepting transgender, accepting women, accepting everything, just going along with it. So that seems to be it. The loss that we have of feminism and masculinity, what men are to be and what women are to be. This also speaks really, really loudly whenever we look at Europe itself. The immigrants that are coming in that are men are getting wives, they're being accepted in. They are coming from a society who still knows how to be masculine in some regards, into a society who has not only shamed masculinity, but tried to breed it out of existence. Tried to make men into women, and because they got these wussy guys, they then go to the immigrants who are still know a bit of masculinity, at least. So I think that is at the root of what we have. We need to, as a culture, in order for dating to even be safe anymore, is to take a grasp of masculinity and femininity. to grab a hold of that again and to hold on tight to that, to relearn how it is to be a man and be a woman. And also wait until marriage. This is really controversial. Well, I guess that is the answers. If you don't like it, get over it. Thank you guys for joining us.